I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. You're joining me in a nice cold garage on a rainy November evening. This is another Fiesta ST video. I've already released one when I bought the car, but unfortunately this episode also includes a story time as well. I've got a few sections to this video, so I was going to create a whole new episode on me detailing my car. However, when I was still recording with my phone, I ran out of storage, so I mainly got the decontamination and wash sides recorded, but I didn't get a lot of me machine polishing. However, I've put together a little compilation of the videos and made it into about a 3 or 4 minute segment that I'm going to show you guys now. So once I was happy with the paintwork, I then moved on to the little touches, which are just some small, I wouldn't really call them mods, but just features that I like to have on the car, and you'll see probably from the next couple of videos what I install. So shock, I'm fitting wind deflectors, but I'm really not going to bore you to tears with this. I'll show you a video of me putting them in, but you just lip them in here and down here. I don't use the clips. Next up are chrome indicator bulbs. So these are for the side repeaters, and I've got fronts and rears. These don't look too chrome in the camera, but in certain lights and once they're in the clusters, they're chrome. They'll be nice and chrome and blend in quite well. One of my favourite little touches. This isn't a how-to video, but just 2 Torx 25s, and then make your way in here and remove the twisty plastic thing. Also a great time to clean up all of these shuts. So me and my dad have only really put on 2 sun strips before, and this one's come out just like the last one, really well. Cut all the top and trimmed up these bits as well. No bubbles in it at all. Also another little nice touch is just to upgrade the footwheel bulbs to LEDs. So easy, just plug them in. Bam. Little touches. As you've just seen, they're just a couple of things that I added to the car. Nothing major, no real massive mods. I would never sort of recommend mods to people. They're just personal preferences at the end of the day. And I can't believe they didn't even come with mats from a Ford dealership. The part you've all been waiting for, the story time / Mitch's rant. Yeah, at the end of the day guys, sometimes it's got to be done. Most of you will know, if you didn't watch the previous ST video, that I purchased a Fiesta ST in October this year. I'll try and make this quite brief, and I will cut quite a few of the sections down because I don't want to bore you guys to tears. So when I was on the initial test drive of the ST, I heard a clonking sound from underneath. I suspected that it was the gearbox mount, and I asked them if they could have a double check because they had already inspected the vehicle, and he admitted that it did have some excessive play, so they changed that and said that there was no noise there, and I was happy to buy the car and pick it up in a week's time. However, this is where the problems start. When I picked up the vehicle, it was still making the clonking sounds. I really wasn't happy with it, but I was willing to see how it went and just drive it for a couple of weeks to see if the noise progressed. When I did return the vehicle to Ford's the first time, I was greeted with quite an abrupt reception team, and I really didn't feel like they were welcoming me because warranty was the main thing on my mind, as I just bought this car and it still had the fault that they sold it to me with. So over the period of about 2 to 3 weeks, I gave the car back 3 times, where they were absolutely insistent that there was nothing wrong with the car and it wasn't making a sound. And at this point, I just had enough, because I knew there was a sound and I knew what was wrong with it. I got it on the ramp at work, could see that the CV joint was knackered and the engine mount. Also, the alloy wheel was leaking air. When the vehicle went back in to have the alloy wheel and the sensors changed, I asked them if they could please have another look at the noise. And at this point, I think that they might have clocked it a little bit, because I gave them a video of the noise from underneath the car. Now, there was no hiding from this at all. Either they couldn't find the noise, or they didn't want to find it because it was warranty related and it would have cost them a fair bit of money. I won't mention any names, but once the alloy wheel was fitted and the sensors were changed, the Master Tech agreed to come out on a test drive with me to try and listen to his sounds. And as soon as he jumped in the car and realised where the noise was coming from, he admittedly said that it was a problem and they were going to need the car for a week or so. At this point, I couldn't really care less how long they had the car. They weren't offering me no courtesy car or compensation. I said, look, just take it, get it done and give it back to me once it's finished and the noise is gone. Which, in all honesty, they did. Once the vehicle was completely fixed, they ended up changing a offside drive shaft, offside engine mount, the gearbox mount which was previously fitted before the purchase of the vehicle, a alloy wheel and 2 wheel sensors. And I think that's a bit shoddy if you're asking me, because they're meant to inspect the vehicle once they get it in before sale. Now, although this sounds like a slating match, it's not really, because it's been fixed. I've wrote a bad review on Trustpilot and as far as I'm concerned it's squashed now. So what's the moral of this story? It's always stick to your guns, don't let anyone push you aside. If there's something wrong and you're not happy and it's from a big company like Gates Ford, then pursue it. You've got to pursue it and you will end up winning. Because at the end of the day, as cheesy as it sounds, the customer is always right. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on the situation, guys, in the comments below. I'm also going to leave the review up in this video in a minute, so you can have a little read of that. I shortened it down quite a lot, but to be fair, they did get back to me, and they're going to get back to me again once they got some more feedback. Admittedly, this episode's been quite ranty, but I'm just glad that saga's over, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me clean up the car and add some little touches to it. If you did enjoy this video in any way, then give it a like, and if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. And that's me done. I'm going to go for a lay down. I'll see you guys in the next one.